Breaking Cardano news. Hoskinson says ADA is just getting started. Cardano ADA news today. Cardano just released its Alonzo upgrade as part of the Goguen suite of upgrades. Now, what does this mean for you? What does this mean for the price of ADA? Well, that is exactly what we're going to be talking about on here going forward. Today we're going to talk all about what Hoskinson said about ADA and why ADA is just getting started. So watch this video till the end, because today's video is going to be a bomb. Welcome to Cardano Land, your daily dose of Cardano. If you're interested in everything around Cardano, this is the place for you. Subscribe if you want to stay updated with all the Cardano news, predictions, and stay one step ahead in the crypto world. Make sure to hit the like button for us to provide you with more Cardano news. Don't forget to enable all notifications to join our weekly cash giveaway pinned in the comments. Before we get to our topic, let's take a look at the chart and see what the price of ADA is doing on the 28th of September, shall we? The price of Cardano has retraced over the past 24 hours and established a higher low at $2.30, suggesting that today's price analysis is bullish. As a result, we anticipate ADA USD to rise today and attempt to regain its previous heights above $3. The cryptocurrency market was up and down throughout the day on Monday. Bitcoin is down 0.2%, while Ethereum is up 0.17%, according to CoinMarketCap data. Meanwhile, Cardano ADA has been one of the worst losers, losing 3.74% overall. Over the last weeks, Cardano's price action has been characterized by a strong bullish push. ADA USD rallied more than 200% from the 20th of July low of $1 to the current high of $3.10 after finding support around the $1 mark on July 20th. Cardano failed to gain momentum after breaking past the previous high of $3, and a reversal from the $3.10 resistance followed. Cardano has retraced to the $2.80 level in recent days, where support was found. After the price of ADA USD took out its previous high, it has remained unchanged for several days. Unless Cardano's price action breaks below the support, we anticipate a reversal to follow in the next 24 hours, and Cardano to attempt to set additional highs early next week. The Cardano price analysis is bullish for today, as the market has found support at the $2.80 mark, after a retrace of roughly 24 hours. As a result, we anticipate a new lower low is established, and Cardano is ready to test further gains. Now let's get back to the topic. Okay, so Cardano just recently released its Mary upgrade as part of the Goguen suite of upgrades. Now, what does this mean for you? What does it mean for the price of ADA? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about on here going forward. So currently, Ethereum, the decentralized application development platform, allows users to create smart contracts on top of its blockchain. A smart contract is a feature that allows you to create your own token on top of the Ethereum blockchain. Many of the cryptocurrencies in existence right now are built on top of the Ethereum network, including, but not limited to, USDT, BNB, Link, USDC, and DAI, to mention a few, which makes such tokens ERC20 compliant. Cardano is implementing a similar feature to the smart contract functionality for the first time since its launch. It aims to eradicate the common hassle involved with transaction fees, as it allows users to create tokens or assets, as the case may be, that can be spent in the native assets ecosystem and used as a transaction fee, using an even more decentralized technology by changing the consensus network, evident in Ethereum, to a proof-of-stake blockchain. The Cardano blockchain is such that it eradicates all of the setbacks evident in its number one competitor, Ethereum. Is this a good entry point for Cardano? Let's take an example. Say we want to create a native coin, Crypt, on the Cardano blockchain. If I want to send some Crypt coin to you, unlike on Ethereum, on the Cardano network, I don't have to pay that transaction fee in ADA any longer, as I can pay it in Crypt coin. I can pay for the network's transaction fees using ADA or any of the native tokens. In contrast, transaction fees, or gas fees, on the Ethereum network are being paid for using the platform's native currency, Ether. What this simply means is that the transaction or gas fee being paid to the miners of the network, who constantly supply computational power to the network in an effort to process that transaction, would be allocated based on a proof-of-stake mechanism, so that it entails mass adoption and fosters a much higher throughput. and not the person with the fastest computational power as proposed by Ethereum's proof-of-work protocol. That incurs an extortionately high fee, which gets even higher the more transactions are processed on the network at any given time, birthing the gas wars. Now, what are gas wars? Gas wars are when people try to outdo one another to get their transactions to the blockchain faster than the other person they're transacting with. As such, nearly all of the digital wallets that would support Cardano's native currency, ADA, will also support Cardano's native tokens, which, if you ask me, would cover a large clientele in the nearest future. I would like for you to think of Cardano in the same light. As a renowned crypto enthusiast once put it, like this: imagine if things were opposite, and Bitcoin had always been proof of stake, with fast, cheap transactions. Then years later, Cardano came along and said, hey, we do the same thing, but with a consensus method called proof of work. Transactions cost $3 and take 10 minutes, and the network requires the electricity consumption of Greece just to process 7 transactions per second. Of course, you would tell them to get the fudge out and shut the front door. From all indications, Cardano is steadily gaining even more traction as it slowly crawls its way up to becoming one of the most sought-after altcoins in this alt season. And given its extensive use case and propensity for scalability, there's no telling how much increase is to be expected of this inventive blockchain protocol. Hodling the native currency of one of the most actively used blockchains on the market, and by virtue of our most recent findings, you're guaranteed Cardano's adoption and network effect are so incredibly important to growing the Cardano ecosystem and the value of its in-house currency, ADA. Because Cardano is the base layer protocol right now, that allows other cryptocurrencies to build right on top of it. Accordingly, every other cryptocurrency that's built on top of it would be needing the platform's ADA token at some point in time in order to succeed, grow, or work. And therefore, the value of ADA grows, since it is of the underlying infrastructure. As Hoskinson also said, Cardano is just getting started. There's so much more coming to it. Let's talk about Cardano's price, because I know that this is something that a lot of you have been asking questions about. Now, Cardano's price at the making of this article is around $2.36, and that's roughly 23% below the all-time high of $3.10. And if you believe in Cardano, as I do, then this is obviously a great time for some more accumulation before we take off to the moon. Well, that's it for today's video, guys. Also, we would like to mention that this is not a channel intended specifically to provide financial advice, and we do not ask you to invest in any company. This is merely a channel directed towards bringing educational content to your doorsteps. With that in mind, before you invest in anything, we recommend you do thorough, wide-spectrum research on the topic. And make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. See you next time on Cardano Land. Bye!